What's up, everybody? I want to come out here and show y'all a U thing. So look at the indigo. Look at that. Look at the indigo. I'm gonna get it out of here. And then I got oregano. Y'all see all this oregano? Some of this is purslane. Y'all don't pay that no attention. All that's purslane. This purslane. But this is oregano. I think that's some Gabonese sorrel. But this is all oregano. Even them little big baby ones. That's oregano. Oh, let me throw this out there right quick. Y'all, I did a video where I showed me harvesting the elderberries and getting the elderberries off the stem. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to post that video. I know it's been a little while. I've been out here, but I ain't been out here, if that makes sense. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to post that video. It's an hour long. Yeah, I think it's an hour. I think it's like right at an hour. But y'all let me know if y'all want me to post that video. And if you say yay, if I get enough, yeah, go ahead and post it. I'll post it. But if not, I'm not gonna post it. Let me show y'all this right quick. So y'all know these the beds I put those sweet I put sweet potatoes over there. But these the beds I put all them wood chips in. Now, let me say this. The seeds, the plants that I put over here were not good plants to start with. They already were not good plants. The seeds, the germination rates wasn't good. They stayed stunted. They was, it was a bunch of stuff like that. So I put plants over here that if they didn't make it, I really didn't care about it. But I did want to show you this. This is also the first year of these wood chips. This is what I mean when I say if you are going to plant in your wood chips the first year, make sure you fertilize them really, really, really heavy. I didn't fertilize these real heavy. I did fertilize them, but not that heavy. But you see how light green this is? See how light green that is? That's because the wood chips has a tendency to bind nitrogen that first year. And like I said, you can overcome that if you put like for each one of these, I probably should have put a whole bag of blood meal in there. And then I wouldn't have had to feed it again, like probably for a whole year. But I didn't do that. I probably should have, but it's all right. I wasn't too much worried about it. The plants that I put over here was plants that like I said, the seeds were already suspect, and then, so I didn't really care. This stuff over here is looking normal. I know I mentioned it in the live, but I don't really think I mentioned it in the videos. I let the squash go ahead and die. I did kill the squash bugs, but I just went the summer squash. It had been producing squash all that time, and it finally just went on and gave up the ghost. It had been out here since February or March or something like that. So lizard in there, but I don't see any bugs. I see assassin bugs, so that's good. My area tested positive for West Nile, so they sprayed 3 nights in a row. They sprayed Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for mosquitoes. So that's that on that. Y'all see my roselle. I did not go in here and pull these leaves off. I feel like they still got enough green in them to do enough photosynthesis. But once again, I just want to show you, like, the new leaves, they're fine. So I haven't hardly been watering this. I water the ground cherry, but I don't really water the other part of the bed. And if you notice, it's starting to get sorrel. Okay? It's starting to get sorrel. And mine ain't the only one. I gave seeds for this to Clark, and his is making sorrel too. Over here, and let me show you this. It doesn't matter how big your plant is. Those are my biggest plants. I think they like it there, other than when I was overwatering. But I don't know if y'all can see that. It's getting sorrel too. These little ones, all these little ones got sorrel. So, but I wanted to show you this is new. So I got some seeds for white Jamaican sorrel. I don't know if y'all know if that existed or not. I know some people, if you watch Dan, you know it exists because he grows it. He's been growing it for, I know, at least 3 years. Probably more than that. But I know that's how long I've been seeing it on his channel. But I bought seeds for some. And look at there, y'all. Y'all see it? It's making sorrel. So when you get the See, I thought this was an okra until I saw it start making sorrel, and I said, "Oh, that's my." Because honestly, when I bought the white Jamaican sorrel, the seed germination wasn't that great. But I remembered that I had some plants, and I remembered I planted the white ones out first, but I couldn't remember where I planted them. And so once they grew up, I said, "Oh, that looked like sorrel." But hold on, street sweeper. But even though it looked like sorrel, the stems wasn't burgundy. So I was like, "Is that sorrel?" But like Missy Grando say, until you figure out which one is which, you just call them rokra or okrails. Because you don't know which one it is until they get a little bigger. But yeah, so I should have white Jamaican sorrel and our Old Faithful, the regular red Jamaican sorrel. So today I came out here and I harvested quite a few ground cherries. I want to take back what I said about the bell peppers, kinda. So the bell peppers must heard me talk trash. That's a new technique I have. And I do want to say this. These aren't regular bell peppers. These are La Rouge. So these are La Rouge. They are a larger red bell pepper. I guess you could think kind of like a Marconi, but they say these peppers are from, did they say Israel? I can't really remember. I can't remember if it was it Israel or Italy? I can't remember one of them. I know it's over the eye. Anyway, I had never grown these before. Remember, these was a grocery store pepper. I got 2 peppers from the store, and I got those seeds and germinated them. And just like a bell pepper, they do got to get big. But let me show y'all. Look at all that. Can y'all see all those blooms? Can y'all see all those blooms? Down in here, all these blooms. So I guess it just really kind of had to get big enough and get to the right size. See all those blooms? And then I guess it starts showing out, because these over here start doing the same thing. Just all these blooms. All these blooms. All these blooms. See what I mean? All these blooms. So the reason I say I'm still on the fence is, well, first of all, let me back up. This is why I tell y'all, be careful what you say if you've never grown something before. Or just give it a chance. Whole lot of hope and just see. Because sometimes stuff can surprise you. I've never grown this particular sweet pepper before. So really what I should have said was, I ain't no fan of bell peppers or whatever, but let's see, because I haven't grown this variety, and it really just kind of came back to me about that. But within the last week, it has really put on its own. I will say this, make sure you start them suckers early. I started them early, but I got them to the garden late. That was my thing. So a lot of my seeds I didn't start late. I got them to the garden late. So y'all be on top of that too. You have to make sure that you staying on top of those. I have 2 La Rouge peppers back here too. Let me go back here and show y'all. Show y'all what these peppers are doing. But yeah, so I have one right here in with all this turmeric. Y'all don't mind them leaves on that turmeric. And to be fair, I think I'm just gonna push this inside the cage so it don't have to fight with the turmeric. But I really hadn't been looking. It's starting to put on buds. Look like I see some buds maybe. But you see what I mean? Now these are in the shade. I don't have as much. They're more shady than the front. I'm not gonna say I don't have any hope for them, but I don't have as much hope. And then you see it's some peppers. I believe those are La Rouge too, for those. But we'll see what they do. But I know those ones in the front should make something. They should do something. I ate my last fig this morning. I do have some kumquats on the kumquat. I saw one. I didn't investigate real hard. When I come back here, I move fast because mosquito. But here's a little baby kumquat. Because I don't know if I had showed y'all this kumquat had bloomed again. None of the blooms held the first time, and then it bloomed again. But I do want to show y'all this. This thing is almost as tall as me now. No, what kind of does that sound like a hornet? And then I want to show y'all this. The orange tree is taller than me now. So all of this, from this green, all that is 1 year's growth. All of this is 1 year's growth. So I think this tree is finally bouncing back from all them times it like to died. And y'all, that taro I pulled up, it's not dead. Y'all see the little green piece right there? It's a new leaf coming up. But I'm not worried about it though. It's taro. You harvest your roots and plant a couple of them roots back. And it's kind of like an annual plant. I mean, you can leave it in the ground. But if it get froze, and that's that. I want to ask y'all this too. Y'all let me know if y'all want to go see Clark's garden. If y'all want me to film his garden and show his. Cause he probably will let me do that. Me and Clark kind of got some plans. But anyhow. So I wanted to show y'all this. This is what your cotton. Y'all can't see good, the light. But this is what your cotton, the blooms look like where the flowers come from. So that's going to open up and the flower comes out. Also, I harvested some pigeon peas and more of them came on, and then look like I see some more blooms going to come. I was looking at some of the other pigeon pea plants to see what they going to get in it. But yes, y'all, that early pigeon pea, that northern adapted pigeon pea from True Love Seeds. If you want to grow pigeon peas and you right on that line like zone 8, zone 9, where your season is almost long enough but not quite, get you those northern adapted. That should help you out. So I moved some things. I'm still gonna move that last little cluster of stuff up here to cut down on that. I don't need another planting zone because all that stuff right there is gonna go, or it's gonna get moved. But I'm gonna probably move it where I got this cardboard down. I'm gonna put a little more cardboard down. I got some more boxes. But y'all see my grapes and stuff. I do got other stuff growing in here, like that's a weed. But in the wintertime, that don't die. So all this stuff that's in here, this weeds that don't die, I'm gonna go in there and chop all that stuff down. And you know, in some areas, y'all, it's not gonna be completely weed free. But these grapes and blackberries and stuff, raspberries grow so much like weeds, I don't think it really matter. Y'all see my ginger looks good. This turmeric don't look the best. It was getting too much water for a while. And so I just quit watering. Let me tell y'all in turmeric. So turmeric, when it doesn't have enough water, these things will droop and fall down. If you're getting too much water, it'll do like this, stand up, but then all the leaves get crispy. That's what it does. So when it's getting too much water, this is what it exhibits. And this is why I tell you to pay attention to your plants. If your turmeric ain't getting enough water, these things will fall down. They'll droop down. And even the stem will bend. That's how you know it ain't enough water in it, because the water is actually what fills up the plant cell to make those plants rigid. We got a rain one night and look like my cucumbers. Yeah, I got cucumbers over here. Look like my cucumbers want to go back to making. I'll take it. So I'm sure enough gonna water all this tonight. We got a heavy, heavy rain one day. Beautiful, beautiful rain. Thunder and everything. I was so glad we got that rain, and it rained real hard for about an hour. And we're supposed to get some rain in 2 or 3 days. So I'm gonna water tonight. I'm gonna water the front and the back tonight. And then I'm gonna go from there and see. We're gonna actually get this rain, because you know they done cut that NOAA money. And we don't never know that, you know, that messes up your weather when you cut that NOAA money. You know, it's crazy when a person, you know, what kind of idiots is okay with you cutting money from the stuff that help us with the weather? The meteorologists already be wrong, because it's just a prediction. I shouldn't say it be wrong, but it's a prediction. It's not a, you know, there's a margin of error. But the idea that you're going to cut the NOAA money, and I have noticed this year how wrong this stuff be. The radar be wrong, everything be wrong. Like, I'm used to it having errors, but not that much error. Like, this stuff be ridiculous. But y'all, is it anything else I want to show? Yeah, let me show you this right quick. I just got through. And I need to get these corral. I need to get them corral and go in the right direction. But I got these tomatoes tied up. And I still got to put one more right there. And then I got to put a second strap here to really hold it. But I got some string up there tying the tops together. I'm going to go back and do some string on those to tie those tops together. And then, but you see how I got that one. I got one up there. And I got a strap down there to make it real sturdy like. And then, so I'm going to go through and do that. I harvested some peppers. But y'all see I got some more peppers to harvest. So I need to get those peppers up. I just harvested those. I just set them there just so that I could go get the camera and film, because I know I ain't posted. But Shay, I know what you said. Have your scissors, child. I'm the same doggone way. I see this stuff, I have to get it. I ain't got clippers deferred. Hopefully I don't pull off no branches. But look down in here and see. Okay. Oh Lord. Let me see. Okay, I see another one. It's like Christmas. More presents. So these are the sweet toys. See how many I picked off just that quick. But y'all, these are some prolific peppers. I don't believe in growing peppers that ain't prolific. I know some people gonna say, ooh, but they little and some. Child, go in there and cut that little stuff up, chop that. Ooh. Surprise. See, this what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna have to take this. Was that a pine cone? Was. Look up in here. Look at this. Is it ready? It could go a little further, y'all. Okay, this is my first Zapotex. So y'all know I grew them last year, but I didn't get into the leaf-footed bug. Between the leaf-footed bug and the welder, child, that I was fighting a battle on a downhill slope. I never could get my footing to be able to get my tomatoes. You see, it's another green tomato up in there. Y'all, please. Y'all see these brown leaves I'm pulling out of here? Please pay attention. Once again, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm seeing a lot of content creators making content, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't make content. I'm just saying people jumping in too deep too fast. You're making content and you telling people how to do stuff as if you're an expert, and then you turn around and you don't even really know what's going on with your own plants, because you asked a question that you really should have known the answer to if you pay attention in your garden, and I had to answer the question for you. Let me be the one to tell you, if you grow tomatoes, if you have grown them for more than 2 years, and you see the lower leaves of your tomatoes, these lower branches dying off, you should not be asking the question, especially when we this late in the season. For reference, anybody watching this in the future, it is the end of August. What's today's date? The 24th, I believe. I think it's August 24th, 23rd, 24th, 1 or 2. But it's the end of August. If you have grown tomatoes more than 1 year, and I'm talking about indeterminate, I'm not talking about determinate, because determinate make their tomatoes, and when they get through making their tomatoes, that sucker die. But you should not be growing tomatoes and talking about, and you see this, where the older branches are dying lower down on the plant, because look at all them that I done pull off. Every day I come out here and pull some out. See this here? When it turn yellow, right? See how to break right off? That's because that's what it's supposed to do. That's why it comes right off like that. Y'all should not be growing tomatoes and don't know that tomatoes do this. You should know, like, if you've been growing tomatoes 3, 4, 5 years, by now you should know the habit of an indeterminate tomato. Now, if you've never grown an indeterminate tomato, that's a different thing. And if you don't know the habit of them, wait a minute, y'all. I think I see some crack. Yep. Crack. How many of us have them? Oh, excuse me. Let me turn where y'all can see. Crack. Ooh. 5-second rule. 5-second rule. That tastes so good. Tastes like cotton candy. Ooh. Them ground cherries. See, they'll make you go in there and look for some more. You lose your whole train of thought. Anyway. Y'all, please pay attention to the life cycles and the habits and propensities of your plants. You shouldn't be on here 2 or 3, 4, 5 years down the line talking about, is my tomato dying? And the top of your tomato look pretty like this. Hell no, it ain't dying. If it was dying, it'll die from the bottom down, from the bottom up. The tops wouldn't be this pretty and green and still making blooms and doing all that if it was dying. That's just the older part of your plant losing its branches, okay? Y'all, keep that in mind. Because, see, look, I can show you perfectly right here. See down here? Look, all these lower leaves dead. I don't like stripping my plant like that. It ain't going to hurt it, no. But y'all see all these the lower leaves. It loses those. It cannot carry all these leaves and continue to make new stuff at the top. This is what you look at for your health. Because even if you had a disease, say you had blight, it would be up here too. Those little spots would be up here too. See, these are just dying off. But it's still growing. It's going to keep on growing up. Indeterminates, they don't stop. So, you know what I'm saying? Pull them little leaves off the bottom if they bother you. They don't really bother me, because once they do this here, people say, oh, that's taking energy from the plant. No, it ain't. That plant ain't even putting, that's why it's yellow. So let me say this, and then I'm going to get off of here. When your plant, when these leaves like this, so the green is created by chlorophyll, which is inside of a chloroplast. That is the cell that absorbs sunlight and turns sunlight into energy, i.e. sugars and carbohydrates, to make energy for this plant, right? So that's why plants are miraculous, because unlike humans, they can actually take light and turn it into energy. We can absorb vitamin D, light can hit us, and we have cells in our body that takes that light and can take, be able to get the calcium, get the vitamin D or whatever, if you got enough calcium in your body from the sunlight. But we cannot actually take sunlight and turn it into actual energy, if you get what I'm saying. The sun actually zaps us of energy, because we start sweating. That takes energy out of us for our body to make itself sweat, to cool you off in the sun, things of this nature. So that's why it's important to stay hydrated. But anyway, the chlorophyll in the chloroplast, so if that chloroplast dies, becomes damaged, it gets frozen, any of those things, that chloroplast bursts. And when it bursts, all the chlorophyll leaks out. So it cannot work in the way that it's supposed to work. So therefore, it'll say, and kill the leaf. So this is, and in the case of these tomatoes, they'll say, okay, these leaves are old. I'm up here focusing on this. I don't want to focus on this no more. So kill that. And when it kills it, it ain't putting energy into this no more. It's just slowly dying. But when you see it, you can go ahead and pull it off, just to speed up the process, so that the plant won't have to continue focusing on, okay, bypass that branch. But it's not taking a lot of energy from your plant. I hear people saying that all the time. It's foolish. Don't repeat that. It's stupid. But once again, not trying to be funny, it's a lot of scientists out here repeating stuff that they shouldn't be repeating. Y'all, and I want to heads up, I'm thinking about taking the master gardener class, and next time it come around in my area, baby, I can't wait, because I've already heard the stuff that they be saying in the master gardener class. I'm not saying it's pointless and it's wrong. I'm just saying that, understand that a lot of them people who do them classes, they're not degreed. They don't even have degrees in science. Like, they don't even have degrees in the basic stuff. So y'all I'm not saying they wrong, and I'm not saying to not become a master gardener, because of course I'm taking the class. But what I'm saying is just understand the dynamics of that. Understand that that's just your local extension office. That's their way of saying that they help in the community. That's all that is. It's just kind of, I don't want to say it's propaganda, but y'all get what I'm pointing at. It's just something to say that, oh, well, we give these classes. This gives the community an opportunity to be able to, learn something if they can't go completely to college or whatever. So y'all understand that. I'm not saying Master Gardener ain't good. I'm not saying you don't learn things, but I've also heard some of the stuff that people say in Master Gardener, and the stuff is completely erroneous. It's like they're copying stuff. Okay, this person's alarm is going off as they drive in the car. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it. See, can I? Only in the hood. So did y'all steal that, or is it malfunctioning? I see. I'm telling you why. And they want me to move out of the black neighborhood. I cannot, because it's always something. That's funny to me. But it's always some shenanigans going down in the hood. But let me see. Anything else I want to tell y'all? Nah, y'all answer them 2 questions for me. Do y'all want to see that elderberry video and whatever else I said? I still can hear that horn blowing, y'all, way off somewhere. Look at my Callaloo. Y'all, they been spraying. Japanese beetles ain't been bad. I see them here and there, and I've been killing the ones that I see. I killed 2 yesterday, but it's about time for me to harvest this Callaloo again. It ain't even been but 3 weeks, I think, since I harvested the first time. Look at these where I cut. Now these, when they stop spraying a little bit, the bugs got a little outrageous. But, it is what it is. Look at the celosia. How pretty. And I did want to let y'all know I did cook the Callaloo and the celosia together. I did. I don't think I showed me harvesting the celosia. I can't remember. If I did show me harvesting the celosia, I cleaned it the same way I cleaned the Callaloo, because it had those strings in the stem too. So I cleaned it the same way. Went in the house and washed it actually up under water. When I say clean, y'all go back and look at the video. You have to process Callaloo right, get those strings out the stem. You don't want that. Your food won't be right. It'd be tough. Well, not tough, but it'd be fibrous. It'd have all them little strings in there. But anyway, I did that and I cooked it, and y'all, it was delicious. It was delicious. It was real good. So, if you're not growing Callaloo, if you like spinach, and spinach don't do well in the heat, I would suggest you do Callaloo. I'm just trying to tell you. My Erico Rouge peas, they're doing really good. Matter of fact, those some Lady Creams, but they're doing really good. They're coming up. Hopefully they'll go ahead and start vining and start making me some peas. I'm gonna fertilize them suckers and try to make them speed up. But yeah, y'all, the growing season ain't over. I throwed me some up here. Those 2 beds, I'm gonna throw some here. But I throwed some collards and red mustard. I throwed some collards over here. But I'm gonna throw some broccoli and something else somewhere else. I haven't done this front bed. I did this bed over here. And I haven't done that bed over there. The garlic gonna come up in there, but I ain't worried about it. I can grow garlic and broccoli or whatever next to each other. That won't be no problem. So I'm gonna throw some more brassica seeds. I think I got some cabbage or something. I may throw those too. But whatever I got, either way it go, I got more seeds from, I didn't purchase them recently, but I still had seeds left from Dollar Tree. All those brassica seeds that I had gotten. I got a bunch of kale from Shaka. I got to throw that. Yeah, I got a bunch of kale, like dazzling blue kale, and some more stuff where she saves seeds from her stuff. So I got to throw that. I definitely got to plant that. Okay, y'all? So if you're in an area where you can, keep on planting. If you're in an area where your harvest is just not kicking in, keep on harvesting and processing and do what you got to do. Y'all, I'm going to come back after that tomato tomorrow. Y'all, and I want to say this, and I really am going to get off here this time. Y'all, do what you want for as your tomatoes as far as harvest them. I know I wait until mine get vine ripened. I can tell the difference in the taste when they're vine ripened versus not vine ripened. And what do I mean? Because them old tomatoes in the store, they lie to you and tell you that's vine ripened. No, it ain't. Ain't nothing in that store vine ripened, because If they wait until that tomato ripen on that vine, I got news for you. That tomato will be rotten by the time it make it to the store. I guarantee you they picked that tomato green while it was on the vine. Vine ripen mean you let it get all the way ripe on the plant. That's what that means. That's what I do for mine. I understand that everybody can't do that. I don't have a squirrel problem up here. So since I don't have a squirrel problem up here, I am able to do that. So I am going to let these get fully ripen on this vine. This one and that one. Because I want to make sure that I get the full flavor, because I really want to know what these taste like. I've never tasted a Zapotec tomato before, though the person who I bought the seeds from, he swears by them. So yeah, till next time, see you guys later.